Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Being a Carer with Kes, me. Now, this video I'm about to do today is not a controversial video. Now, this video is not to demonize nurses, and make us look like they are the angels. They are not. Now, we are well aware that we have very good, exemplary nurses, and we have not so exemplary nurses. We are also well aware and we agree that we have awesome carers and we have not so awesome carers. Now, in this video, I'm going to be as objective as possible because I've had a lot of my colleagues complain endlessly about nurses. And I have spoken to a couple of nurses myself. And I am going to, explain the power tussle between nurses and carers in this video. And with that, or for that, I'm going to share a story. And together we will conclusively come to an end rather as to why this is, if that makes any sense. My name is Kesiena Akwara Ati, a health associate trainer. To all of you, my old and new returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for all your show of support. This far. And hey, my lovely mentees, remember this, that you guys are most and always appreciated. And again, I am just a telephone call away. If you need to talk to somebody, or whatever the case might be, okay? And hey, if you're just watching this channel for the first time or you stumble on it per chance, hello there, join the family, smash the subscribe button, and guess what? It doesn't cost you a dime. Give me a thumbs up, like the video, and don't forget to click on that all-important notification bell. So whenever I upload a new video, you, my darling, will be among the very first to know. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Care by Kes as well. And I will, like I always do, I'll see you there. All right. So let's get straight into the story of today. And like I said in my intro, I will be telling you a story. A true life story, not fake. Okay, so a colleague of mine rather came to the training room. That was about 2 weeks ago, and we're talking because I always like to talk to them to get their opinion on things before most of the time I do any video. And she says to me, in the home where she works, there was this resident who had bed sores. Now she had bed sores and she was always doing number 2. And if you're a carer, even if you're a support worker, you have people who you give personal care to, you will agree with me that when they have bed sores and they're always doing number 2 or whatever, you need to change them regularly, cream their bottoms properly, clean them up. Now, this was the case for my colleague in the care home she was working in. And it was so bad, and she just said to her, this needs to stop. We need to find a solution to this. And so she called the nurse, or rather, the nurse came in to do the normal checks that she normally does. And then she says to the nurse, can you please have a look at this lady's, behind? That the bed sores are not getting any better, despite the fact that, they take time to clean her. Anytime she does number 2, they clean her up almost immediately because they don't want it to infect the bed sores. And they always use pseudo cream on her bottom. Now, the nurse says, no, you check and tell me. And then she says, no, you check it. Because you have, your care plan for the lady that you follow and the things you need to do to assess and everything, And the nurse still insisted she checked it. And she said, yeah, it is getting better, but it can get better even faster, But that she needs to look at so she can decide as a nurse what to do. And the lady said, okay, she'll look at it in 7 days' time. And she was like, no, you can't look at it in 7 days' time. You look at it now. And then, she just jotted in her book or whatever she was using that observed. And she walked away. Now, my colleague was told to drop the matter, because she was a nurse, they were the carer. And she said, no, she was not going to drop it because this woman needs help. So she proceeded to speak to the manager. And then the manager, took sides with the nurse. Now, even though she was still told that, we told you to drop this, this is what has resulted out of your pushing it. She still insisted that she was not going to drop it. So she went ahead to tell a superior nurse higher than the one that she was working with, and that one now wrote an email to her manager to say that You should be grateful that you have carers like this in your home, who look after the residents, whose duty of care is the residents, and they are, sticking to it with everything they've got. And that was when the nurse was advised to resign. Now, does that say anything? I don't know about you, but to me, it does. So now let's explain this tussle. Now, the power tussle between carers and nurses is very simple. Professional qualification, professional status, professional certification. Now, how many years as a carer did you study caring for? My point exactly. Some people do their training, care training or certificates or whatever in 1 week. Some do it online 1, 2, 3 days. And they have become carers. Because you all are well aware of the fact that when you're applying for care, they always tell you that even if you do not have experience, you can apply. And so we all applied. But for those of us who came from another profession into care, we came in, particularly when we had our, ethics and work ethos, we came in with all of that into care. So our kind of care was different from others, if that made any sense. So yes, now when nurses go to do their training, now don't forget they go to school, they pay they pay good money to go to nursing school. Yeah? And they do that for 3 years, for 4 years. I know someone had a pathway for 3 years. Now, every single year of that nursing training or degree program, they have placements rather. They go into hospitals, the different, wards of the hospital, pediatrics, midwifery, whatever. They go everywhere. So they can at the end choose where they want to specialize in. Some of them have worked under from some terrible senior colleagues. Some have had nice ones. I know of one who had a very terrible colleague, and so her nursing dream was dashed. She didn't go back. Does that make any sense? But the thing that annoys me most of the time is that some of these nurses now, some of them were carers before. So where did your milk of human kindness go or run to? We appraise this whole thing and tell ourselves the honest truth that there is no reason for a tussle. Let everybody respect the area where they are at and work together for the sake of the people who look after. Makes any sense? For their sake, not for anything else. So we need to sheathe our sword. And that is why I always say to carers, because I know that there are carers who do tracheotomy, stomach care, peg feeding, and all of that. When you are doing those things, don't say, oh, they taught me. Yes, they have taught you. You too go and get certification. Now, we do know that, yes, they've gotten certification and you do not. But does that now mean that they should look down on us carers? No, they shouldn't. You and I know that sometimes in a care home, that there's a shortage of staff. Now, we know that a nurse's job is to do what? To give medication and do whatever else they need to do. But does that now mean that when we need them, as in staff shortage, should they now raise up their hands and say, no, I am not doing that. It is not my job description. No. Jump in there. Give a lending hand. Does that now make you also on the same level with the carer? No. We realize that you have gone to uni, you have paid so much money, you've gotten a pin, you are recognized. We know that, we appreciate that. But what we're saying is, for the sake of the residents, the service users, those in hospitals, let's all work together. They say that when the two hands wash each other, they are very clean. Let's work together because it is for these people that we're in existence. Let's work together and give them the best. And if you ask me objectively, I will say that there is no need for the power tussle. Let's work together. Let's do things together. Let's appreciate one another. Like I will always say, if you're a carer once and you're not a nurse, don't think that because you are not a nurse, you are better than everybody else. I am sorry. That is not correct. Because again, you never know where life will take you to, if that makes any sense. So like I said, I'm not in any way, trying to, insult anybody or look down on anybody. No. But Let's tell ourselves the truth. We can do better because we have what it takes to do better. So until I see you in my next video, always remember this, guys. Never you forget that no matter what the matter is, you, my darlings, you matter so much more. Over.